Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to do this video and get it out so that I can chill for the rest of the day. This is my last video of 2018 unless something like really big comes up and I just have to talk about it. But this is going to be my last video of 2018. I feel like it was a really good year for me personally and for wrestling in general and especially women's wrestling in my opinion. I feel like we've had, ups and downs and all that, but I feel like overall it was a very good year. I got to see my girls come back for the Women's Royal Rumble, where Nikki was the last one in with Asuka. I got to see 4 women's matches at WrestleMania because I do count mixed tags as women's matches. I got to see, the 3rd Women's Money in the Bank, Women's Elimination Chamber. I got to see, Lord have mercy, Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. I got to see Miz and Maurice versus Daniel and Brie in an actual feud because they did face off once, but this was in an actual feud. I got to see, just so much, so much, and it was so good. I did have to cut a few people out of my list, women's wise, because their fans are just so fucking rapid and just doing too much. But I have to do that at the end of every year. But yeah. My favorite pay-per-views as a whole for the year for me, and no, I'm not counting NXT. And it might change, and I don't know if it's gonna change from my last video, but Evolution, WrestleMania, I think TLC, Money in the Bank, and probably and I'd say Elimination Chamber. Well, actually, yeah, I say Elimination Chamber. So yeah, sorry guys, I didn't remember my last one from my review earlier this week. I'm only gonna really talk about one thing. I'm not really gonna, go into the comments a whole lot, but you guys should read this article written by Dave Welsh. You guys should know how impressed I was because I actually said the name. It's on KSIC's and I said the site. It's the narrative dissonance of pro wrestling, or shut up about bad booking already. So fucking good. So it literally hit almost every fucking point that I make about internet smarks and the ICW on a weekly fucking basis. Like, he did a really good job, and I freaking loved it. And the people in the comments, this is how you know the people in the comments are smarks, because they could not make up a real argument against his. All they did was try to place blame on everyone else but them. And that's one of the biggest issues with smarks, is they think that everything but them is the issue when they are one of the biggest issues. And they always want to put everything off on Vince, when the thing is, Vince knows what the hell he's doing. More often than not, Vince is right in shit. And Vince knows what he is doing. Just because he's not listening to you does not mean he's not listening to fans. I literally saw someone say Vince isn't listening to fans because he consistently pushed Roman Reigns. And I'm like, you mean he pushed because he pushed Roman Reigns, John Cena, and the Bellas. And I'm like, you mean he pushed the 4 people that got the biggest reactions, sold the most merch, can entertain the crowd, okay? Can talk on the mic, can have a good feud with a face or heel and good matches, sold the most merch for the company, garnered mainstream attention, and are great faces for their divisions. They decided to push the people that gave them all of that. But because they didn't come from an indie show, Vince isn't listening to fans. That's the thing. That's another thing. People think that people think that the crowd booing them and Vince continuing to push them means that they're not listening to fans. Really? Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, NWO, Hogan, Cena. Like, I could go on and on and on. There's been multiple times where WWE wants to Becky, where WWE wants to present someone as something, but the fans think that there's something else. If the WWE can still work a way around that in the storyline, they're still going to push them. People thought that because Becky was getting cheered instead of booed, her push was going to be halted. Instead, she's now in the conversation to be against Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Let's be fucking real. If not for Becky's injury, and if not for Becky's reactions, Becky would not be in the fucking conversation for Ronda. She wouldn't. As much as people love to hate to admit it, Becky would not be in that conversation if not for Nia injuring her and the fact that WWE stayed with her push despite the fact that the fans were voting against them. Because despite what people think, Becky was not a face. Becky was still being booked as a heel. She was just a heel that had good points. Doesn't mean she wasn't a heel. Okay? And the thing is, by the way, a lot of her points could be disputed. But anyway, that's the thing that people don't realize. And that's the thing that is exactly what's wrong with the comments in there. They think that because Vince isn't listening to the people that's booing the people that they hate, they're not listening to fans. Motherfucker, there's a group of people booing, and then there's a whole other group of people cheering. There's a reason why John Cena and Roman Reigns are called the most controversial people in wrestling. Because their reactions garner more than your favorite wrestler could on a main event of WrestleMania. A random reaction on Raw garners more than your main event of WrestleMania. Dream main event of WrestleMania. Guarantee. Why? Because fans are invested, fans care, and fans want to see them. Whether it's to boo the hell out of them for fun or to cheer the hell out of them for fun. They're invested in those people. And it's dumb as fuck to not push them simply because a fan of online motherfuckers that don't know shit about wrestling want to complain all fucking day. That's stupid. And when they did try to please you motherfuckers, you changed your mind and wanted whole new people. You wanted these people for I don't know how goddamn long, and then as soon as they decide to push them, you want whole new people. Like, why the fuck should the WWE listen to you? Why? Vince is looking at you motherfuckers like you are stupid as hell. You want me to push the people that make me the most money, give me the most reactions, can do multiple different feuds as faces and as heels, and gainers mainstream attention. You want me to stop pushing them because you motherfuckers online don't like them? Really? But yet, he's still getting a bigger reaction than your favorite. Tell me why I should push your favorite instead of why I shouldn't push my guy. That's probably something that Vince wants the fans to explain to him. Why should I push your favorite instead of my guy? And that's one of the big reasons why fans hate Vince. Because Vince isn't going to just push someone because fans like him. That person has to have multiple attributes to make Vince want to push him. John Cena was gonna get fired before Stephanie and Chris Jericho heard him rap on the bus. He did that Vanilla Ice skit on that Halloween special that's still funny as hell to this fucking day. And that's what got him a push. Okay? Vince was going to fire that man. Vince was going to fire a man that defined a whole fucking decade of WWE. A man that just won the Muhammad Ali Award. He was going to fire that guy. But as soon as he was given something that he could use and he could give the fans, he said, okay, we'll do it for a couple weeks. If it works, we'll continue to do it. Y'all want people like Kevin Owens and fucking Sami Zayn to be pushed when there's nothing fucking special about these guys. And don't get me wrong, I've tried to like them, I really have. But there's nothing special about them. Nothing. I've seen better indie wrestlers in fucking OVW. Like, sorry. There's nothing special about them. Nothing. But yet you want them to be the main event of WrestleMania. On what fucking earth would that sell out a main event? On what earth? On what earth would that garnish mainstream attention? Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey garnished mainstream attention as soon as it fucking hit a rumor board. Hell, John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz Maurice, a fucking mixed tag match, garnished more mainstream attention than Chris Jericho and fucking Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Like, I hate to tell you people this, but your people are not people that the vast majority want to see. They're not. They're not. And once you realize that and understand that, you will be so much happier. You will be so much clearer in your mind. Honestly, I really do think that, and I'm going on a tangent, but I don't care. This is my last video of the year. I'm gonna go on a rant. I really do think that Vince wants these people to explain to him why their favorite should be in the main event or should be a considerable main eventer along with Vince's guy, instead of one trying to replace Vince's guy, because once Vince has a guy in his head, he's not gonna, you know what I'm saying, push him out unless something really drastic happens. So yeah, but explain why your guy should be a main eventer or in that caliber, in that convo, instead of constantly trying to push out the one that's already there. Because you're not going to push him out. If Vince already has it in his mind, that's my guy, that's my girl, you're never going to officially push them out. But explain why your guy deserves to be right alongside of them or right underneath them. And once you could do that with real facts, proof, evidence, logicalness, then I think Vince should listen to you. But you constantly saying that you're right and Vince, the man that built a multi-billion-dollar company and made you love everything about wrestling, is wrong, he's not going to listen to you. Nor should he. He's going to look at you like you're a fucking idiot, just like how I look at you. And another thing. People want WWE to be a fucking indie show. I've always felt this way. It didn't just come out of thin air. I've always felt this way. And I honestly feel like if you want WWE to be an indie show, watch fucking NXT. Watch NXT. That gives you your indie feel, your amazing wrestling. Watch NXT. Don't watch the main roster. If you only want to see indie style storylines, matches, and characters, watch NXT. Because what I've become to realize is once you expect something from WWE that you know that they're not known for, but you want them to do anyway, you set yourself up for failure. You set yourself up to be pissed off, and you set yourself up to complain. You're expecting the WWE to be something that they never was simply because they hired guys from those places. Those guys are supposed to come to WWE expand their characters, expand their horizons, and make something of themselves here. Not bring indie here. They're supposed to make the WWE, you know what I'm saying, their playground, in a sense. Because, like I said, for example, Seth Rollins, he was an indie wrestler, right? And he, in my opinion, is one of the best of today. But I cannot get into him the way that I would like a Rock or a Cena or a Stone Cold, because his character is literally, I burn the house down every time I get in the ring. I'm like, okay, great. So does Nikki Bella. So does Charlotte. So does fucking Shawn Michaels. So does fucking Randy Orton. Like, I'm sorry, and I don't care what people have to say about that. I don't care. Those are just examples of people that I feel do that. You know, like, why is it that you want them to bring indie style to wrestling when they came to WWE to get away from it? I don't get it. I don't get it. In WWE, you are supposed to be a character, a out of the box, crazy gimmick. And then you're supposed to put on good matches and good storylines. But you cannot do the good matches and the good storylines without having a good character, a good gimmick. And that's been proven time and time again. Before Stone Cold was Stone Cold, he was Stunning Steve Austin, a great wrestler that was hot. What happened when he became Stone Cold? You got the segment of him possibly being shot. That's what happened. Where you still have that indie wrestler, but now you have a great character and a great gimmick on top of it. Who the fuck was Rocky Maivia? He was a great wrestler that just wanted to be here, and the fans were voted against him because it's like, we already have this motherfucker. We already have multiple people like this. But what happened when he joined that one group that I can't not think of the name of, but that one group with Mark Henry and Ron Simmons in them? He started to become The Rock. You started to see his charisma show, his mic skill show. He still put on great matches, but you started to see the character that we all know and love now. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't just want great indie wrestlers. Those don't work in WWE. You need to have a character on top of being a great wrestler, and a good one at that. And another thing is, I'm going to give you an example. I am a WWE fan through and through. The only promotion I'm ever going to give my money to wrestling-wise is WWE. However, like I've been saying, I have been looking at other indie shows and other indie promotions for the women. I look them up on YouTube and on websites that are free. Daily Motion and all that. I have like 6 fucking playlists that have like 140 matches of like all different types of women's matches, Stardom, you know, Ring of Honor, all that. As well as WWE, of course. I don't go into my playlist clicking a women's Stardom match expecting to see great mic skills, a great character, you know, over the top Sasha Banks or Nikki Bella or Trish Stratus or Becky Lynch. I don't expect to see none of that. What I expect is 2 incredibly, or 3 or 4, however many, talented women going in there and putting on a great fucking match. That is what I expect, because that's what I know the indies wrestling is known for. Sometimes they do have storylines built in, but because I'm not a subscriber and because I don't have a subscription, I don't get to see the storyline develop. I only see the matches. So because of that, I don't go in expecting to be totally wowed by the storyline. I'm expecting to be totally wowed by the match. And I get that satisfaction because I don't go in expecting something that I know I'm not going to get. You guys go in expecting Raw, SmackDown to be NXT. And then what that does is that sets you up for disappointment, it sets you up for failure, and sets you up to complain. If you want indie wrestling style in WWE, just watch NXT. Or if you have the fucking network, there's I don't know how many fucking videos of great indie wrestling. They had the promotions of when Sensational Sherry was still in developmental. Of when fucking Medusa was wrestling in Japan. They have those videos if you want to see great indie wrestling. You don't have to watch Raw if you don't want to. But if you do, don't go in expecting something that you know you're not going to get. And stop hate watching Raw. That is stupid. That raises your blood pressure for no goddamn reason. Why the fuck do you watch it if you're going to complain regardless? Why? I never understood people that literally do nothing but complain, but continue to fucking watch. Like I said, if you have not been entertained, do what multiple people do. They watch a couple of clips on YouTube, they figure out which ones they like, and then they go back and they watch those segments or those matches. That way, you're getting your satisfaction and you're not having to watch anything that you know you're gonna hate. Simple. There's ways for you to enjoy Raw without you having to watch the whole thing. You guys have DVR, you guys have Hulu, you guys have YouTube, Daily Motion, sites that illegally put it up. Like, there's multiple ways for you to watch Raw without having to watch the whole thing so that you can't complain. Like, sorry. But yeah, I just feel like stop watching Raw if you're expecting an indie show. Stop. Because all you're doing is setting yourself up to complain and to bitch and moan. Illogically, might I fucking add. And I hate generalizing because there are some people that I feel like do make really great points. But because there's so many of y'all that make horrible points and that make the smarks look like fucking idiots, sorry guys, I'm on my laptop. Speaking of which, I got my new laptop. My mom got it for me for Christmas. I fucking love it. It's so awesome. But yeah, I just feel like why watch something when you know you're not going to get what you envisioned, and why continue to hate watch something when you could easily turn on the TV and watch something that you know you're gonna like, or like I said, go through the fucking W archives. There's I don't know how much fucking shit on there, and watch something that is to your liking. You know, like, for example, I'm about to, after I'm done watching my videos that I watch in the morning, I'm gonna watch a couple women's indie matches. I know I'm not gonna get great storyline development, great character work. Well, I'm not gonna say great character work because I have watched a couple and their character work are hilarious as shit in some. But you know what I mean, like, because I'm not subscribed, I don't know the character. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, a WWE to a indie, right? Like my WWE fandom is not for indie shows. I literally only watch these matches just so I could be entertained by the match, basically. So when I watch these matches that I'm going to watch, I'm watching to see a good match. That's it. And I really, really do wish that fans would stop hate watching and just watch something that they know they will enjoy, that they know that is going to fit their satisfaction, and watch that instead. But yeah, I feel like this year was really good. I can't wait till 2019. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Oh, I do actually want to show you guys a little video. And I'm actually going to start using my laptop more when it comes to doing videos like this. Like, I'm going to be doing my women's match reviews from my laptop, where it's like you guys won't be seeing my TV, you'll be seeing my laptop. And I don't know if I showed you guys this on my review for Raw and SmackDown or not, but I'm gonna play it for you anyway. Hold on. Okay.
Got a surprise opportunity for the SmackDown Women's Championship against your friend, SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka. Even though the result wasn't what you wanted, how do you parlay tonight's opportunity into future success?
You know what? SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and I saw opportunity tonight, and I took it. Asuka is my friend, and to me, Asuka is one of the best, as well as Becky and Charlotte, but I'm just as good as those women, and I want to be in that conversation. I want to be there in those matches, and I'm not sitting in the back anymore. Whenever I see an opportunity from here on out, I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm going to take it. And this doesn't change anything between me and Asuka and our friendship. It's all about love and respect. And she gave me an amazing match tonight, and I'm thankful, and I learned a lot, and this won't be my last shot at the title. I can guarantee you that.
Okay. You see that? That is the attitude that I'm going to have going into 2019. That I am the best. I deserve to be in that conversation. I deserve to go after my dreams and go after my career. And I want everyone, especially females in WWE and in wrestling in general, to have that mindset of just because you might not be in that conversation at that moment does not mean you cannot grab an opportunity and take that fucking moment. So that's my positive video heading into 2019 and ending my last 2018 video, like I said, unless something really big happens. So I will see you guys next year. Bye.